Hello everybody. I am getting ready to start putting our new curriculum for the year away up here upstairs. I've been storing it in the basement for the summer. I normally buy new curriculum in the spring. That's one of the cheaper times to do it. And then I'll be showing you how I organize workbooks and just what our schoolroom looks like. It's not big and fancy. It's not neat and tidy. It's definitely not anything like a Pinterest post. And I just wanted to show you what it's like, because I want you to be encouraged that you don't have to have a lot of room to homeschool. You don't have to go out and buy new desks or a new cabinet or like name tags to tape down on the table or anything fancy. You don't need an ABC chart up on the wall. You can do all of those things, and they're cool. And maybe someday I'll get to. Right now, I don't have a space to do that, and the space that I do have works really, really well. So I'm excited to show you both our curriculum and how I organize it, and our homeschool room. So I'm going to switch views here and start showing you our box of curriculum as I unpack it and put it away. All right, here's our box of curriculum. I just kind of stuffed it all in the biggest box that it came in. So this is not all from one company. I've got our math curriculum over here. We use Matthew C. And then I have our language art, or Adley's language arts curriculum for second grade here. She's going to be finishing up first grade language arts and history until about October, and then she'll be able to start on second grade language arts and history, and Clara will be able to join us for some of the history too. Now, in the past, I've gotten the curriculum package where all of the reading books and stuff have come with the curriculum, but this year I decided to buy the reading books separately. I felt like I could spend less money that way, and so again, not all of this came together, but this is all part of the stuff that we'll use for language arts and history as part of the My Father's World curriculum. What I'm starting with here is I've just kind of got all of our extra reading and books and some CDs and a science project. All of this stuff came with the curriculum, but we're not going to use it right away right now. So I'm putting it in one of the cabinets in the buffet that sits by our kitchen table. All the stuff we'll use daily, I'll show you what I do with that next. So this is still packed up with Adley's first grade stuff from the past year, but I have this tote here that I pull out every day, and it has like the workbooks and the teacher's manual and some of this stuff, like there's a workbook. Some of the stuff that I'm going to use almost every day will be set in here, and then I put worksheets in here. I'll show you more of that in a second, but with Adley, when she was doing kindergarten and was the only one doing school, I had the worksheets organized almost out by week. There was either 1 week or 2 weeks in each pocket. But I plan on having Adley's worksheets and Clara's worksheets and Jack's worksheets, because he's going to do some pre-K stuff. One of the kids dropped something in the kitchen. All organized in here. So obviously not each week is, and even every 2 weeks is not going to get its own pocket. But all the worksheets always come organized in the order that you're going to use them. So to me, that's not really a big deal. They don't need their own pockets. Okay, so I've started organizing our worksheets. Up front, I have here what Adley needs to finish for first grade. Then for second grade, I have her timeline stuff for second grade, her Bible verses, and then the next 3 pockets are just All of her worksheets all put together, just separated so they fit nicely in the pockets. And then lastly, I have her United States flashcards. So I will continue organizing in a similar fashion for Clara and for Jack. And like I said, we'll pretty much just use things from front to back. And that's how I keep worksheets. So whenever we sit down to school, I pull out this tote, I pull out this folder, and I've got everything I need right there at my fingertips. Are we still hanging in there? Hopefully you can hear me and you don't hear too much of the kids in the background. They're in here. And that's about what I want to show you. You get the idea of how I'll organize everything else. But I wanted to show you one other thing. I have an open floor plan. So that means really besides this numbers 1 to 100 poster, I don't have room because that's over stairs here. So I don't have a ton of room to hang things on the wall or put a tall cabinet or bookshelves. So right here on the banister of the stairs, there's our rock collections, an art project Adley did. We've been working on learning origami. There's all that sitting on top of my buffet. Here's our globe and some art we're studying. But I don't have a lot of room to put stuff up, and the stuff that I do have out does not look nice and neat. Oh, I gotta go, baby. Okay, so my point is here, when homeschool makes your house looks cluttered, yep, we have a bucket of art supplies and some more art supplies there. You just have to stop and thank God that, you always wanted kids. You get to spend all day, every day with them. I don't always like the way my house looks because I homeschool, but that's not what's important. What's important is that my kids have what they need here to learn. So I wanted to offer that encouragement. Yep, so that's a lot of what I use. I have a couple cabinets over here in the buffet that we use for school, and then I have my hutch here. Then I just have one cabinet here that I put our big tote and our worksheets in. And then we do school on our kitchen table, and our kitchen table is all scuffed up and full of paint, and so hopefully someday we will get to, well, I guess it's technically a dining room table, but someday we'll get to move it down to the basement and have a separate schoolroom and a big cabinet. But for today, there's this baby who's been eating chocolate. But for today, for right now, we just clear off the art supplies when it's time to eat supper. And it works. It works beautifully. It's fun and sweet. The only other school area that I could show you or tell you about is that I have a basket in the living room that has our Bible verses and our hymns and our books that we read when we all sit on the couch and do morning time. Well, and I should say I sit on the couch. The kids during morning time, they're either playing Legos or drawing pictures. But I have our morning time supplies in a basket in the living room. And that's where we keep all of our stuff. So it doesn't really take up a lot of room from our house. And I don't have a dedicated area for school stuff. And so, if you're jumping into this homeschool thing, or if you're a homeschooler like me, that you feel like you're maybe unorganized and you don't have what you should have, you're not. It should be home. You're at home. You don't want to make your home feel like a school. You are learning at home together, and it's beautiful if it's in your main living areas like it is at our house. So the other thing I would tell you, so a lot of classrooms will have posters up of, their numbers or letters, and if you don't have room for that, like I don't have room for that, and I don't have I don't have separate desks to like tape this to their desk. So I just laminated numbers and letters, and we set it out on the table while we're working, and if anybody needs it, they can grab it and look at it. So they don't have to look up at the wall, they don't have to look at anything taped to their desk. You can set out a laminated sheet with that stuff that teachers would normally put in those places. So there's another, hopefully a little helpful practical hint. Sometime this year I am going to have to put up a map because we're studying U.S. history. But thankfully the curriculum is, they're understanding. They know that not everybody has room for homeschool supplies. So they sent a small map. So maybe we'll take the 100 numbers chart down and put the map up. We'll see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else important I wanted to say in this video. I think I about covered it. You can do this. You can do it with little room and little supplies, and you can live in the homeschool mess and be very happy. And I hope you do.